Go ahead and say your name, make sure I'm picking you up.
Blake Beavan.
What's your baseball philosophy? What got you so far?
Family support. You know, working hard every day. Day in, day out, grinding it out. Even in high school, doing the little stuff. You know, staying after practice, running. You know, maybe working on a pitch, working on pickoffs. Anything to get better. I mean, you know, baseball is my life, still is. You know, so when you got one thing to do, you try to do it the best you can. So, you know, you put all your time into that, and you know, family, friends, my wife. You know, everybody knows what comes first, and you know, all in all, that's your job. So that's what we try to do the best we can.
Now, do you pitch to your strengths or a batter's weakness?
I pitch to my strengths. You know, it's nice to know what a hitter's weakness is, but you can't read too much into it because then you get away from what you do best. So, you know, I try to stick to what my game is and try to go out there and accomplish that.
There's a lot of guys that are drafted like in the high rounds, in the first rounds, and sometimes they're passed up in the organization. I got drafted in the 50th round. Why does that happen?
I mean, it's just a lot of varieties. I mean, there could be, you know, it could be injuries. You know, there could be a guy that, you know, maybe wasn't a high draft pick, but is shocking people with the way he's playing and the results he's putting in, day out there. And, you know, a lot of the times, you know, you got older guys, you know, they're a little more seniority. You know, they're going to get more of an opportunity. Let's say an 18-year-old kid compared to a 22, 23-year-old kid. You know, I mean, it's a pretty good difference with experience and age difference. So, you know, I mean, people moving up and down, age. I mean, all in all, it's kind of up to the organization on what they think. You know, I mean, all you can do is control what you can control out there, and other than that, it's up to them.
Now, every year in spring training, they're bringing more guys in to compete for your spot. So when you get out there, there may be 10 guys that you're competing against. How do you approach that?
Try not to look too much into it. I mean, everybody competes. The best thing about this game is it's an individual game with a team game involved, because you have your individual battles every day. Pitchers versus hitters, hitters versus pitchers. But all in all, you're a team, and you're trying to work as a team to win the game. So, you know, when you're competing for spots, this and that, I mean, basically what you're trying to do is get your work in, and you're trying to worry about yourself, and you're rooting for those teammates, but you're also competing because you know that there's a job on the line, or there's a spot to be open for somebody, and you know, whoever the organization thinks is their guy, they're going to go with.
Now, was there a time yet in your career that you wanted to quit baseball?
No, never been a time. I mean, there's never been a time where I wanted to quit, because for one, I've never made it to the big leagues, and that's my ultimate goal, is to get to the big leagues. And you know, I think the guys that would want to quit baseball is, you know, they don't have the competitiveness anymore, and they don't have the fight or the want, you know, or maybe they've been around for a long time and you know, they know it's the end of the road. But if it comes to that with me, you know, I mean, it's all hearsay. I mean, I know that, you know, I'm young, you know, I'm still healthy right now, so you know, I'm just going to keep trying to go out there and do what I do best, and just try to pitch.
Can you read the sports pages for Baseball America, what they write about you?
No, I mean, I don't think I've ever been a guy that has been in top rankings and any of that stuff. You know, I mean, I don't tend to look at that stuff, because a lot of it doesn't mean anything. You know, I mean, you see guys all the time that are number 1, number 2 guys, Baseball America, blah, 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 but where they are 3 or 4 years from now, they might not be there, they might be there. You know, I mean, all that doesn't matter. I mean, the rankings and stuff is for the columnists and the guys that, you know, are not inside like we are watching the guys compete, knowing what kind of tools these guys have. So, you know, I mean, all that stuff is just kind of for guys to read about, and I guess feel good about themselves when they see their name in the top 10, 50, whatever it is.
Now, what would you tell a high school kid about professional baseball that you had learned the hard way that nobody told you about?
Be prepared for media. I know when I was 18, I got drafted. Had every news channel in my house. It's just what I tell guys is just think before you speak. Really think about what you're going to say before you talk. Take your time. Don't try to rush. Because there's a lot of guys out there that are good, and there's a lot of guys out there that are set you up for stuff. So, you just got to be cautious of that and be aware of what they're asking, and just don't think about yourself, and think about what the question is and answer it properly.
Anything else about baseball I didn't talk about? I didn't ask you about. So do you want to tell somebody?
Just keep working hard. I know I always tell younger guys, I go back to my high school every year and tell those guys that are freshmen, sophomore, junior, whatever they are, I tell them, don't stop fighting, because, you might not get drafted out of high school, but you might get drafted out of junior college, D3. It doesn't really matter, when you get drafted or where you get drafted. It's a foot in the door if you get into pro ball, and then from there, it's kind of up to you. It's your career. So what I always tell guys, just keep working hard, keep doing what you do best, whatever it is, hitting, pitching, fielding, and work on the stuff you think you need to work on.